The time has finally come for me to release my top 10 LEGO sets for investing that are retiring here at the end of 2023. Stay tuned for the whole video as we dive into each LEGO set and why I think it made the top 10 list. You ready? Let's go. All right, before we go any further, when I make a video like this, I always need to make sure that you understand that all of this is pure speculation. It is my personal opinion. I am not a financial advisor. So you need to take that into account when you are investing in LEGO sets. Like any sort of investment, there is risk involved, and these type of LEGO sets do not guarantee a return. But I'm going to talk about some of the factors that contribute to why I think these LEGO sets made my top 10 list. So as long as we understand that, we can go further and we can jump into set number 10. At set number 10, I have the Disney's 100th Celebration Brickheads set. This is a Brickheads multi-pack. There are 4 different Brickheads included in this set. We've got Oscar the Lucky Rabbit. We've got Mickey Mouse from the Steamboat Willie, the black and white version. You've got Snow White, and you've got Tinkerbell. So the reason I think specifically that this Brickheads set is going to do really well post-retirement is because it has the Disney 100th year anniversary tag on it, and it's from the Brickheads line. Brickheads have been some of the best sets for investing over the last several years. Their collectors have grown substantially, similar to, I would say it's like Lego's version of Funko Pops. The collector market for these is extremely high, and the buy-in is usually typically pretty low. Now, a normal Brickhead set costs $10 here in the US. Because this includes 4, it's $40 here in the US. And I would anticipate towards the end of its life, you might be able to find this set on discount at Lego.com or Lego retail stores. This set also has some extremely desirable figures. Obviously, Mickey, Tinkerbell, and Snow White are iconic figures. And Oscar the Lucky Rabbit, he's kind of like an enigma. He's not as well known of a Disney character, but I think the fact that he's so unique makes it additionally desirable as well. The last time we found ourselves with a Mickey Brickhead set, that set grew astronomically in value. I think it's worth over 1,000% return on investment at this point. Now, that set only existed on the shelf for just a few short months, but I think Brickhead's collecting, Disney's 100th year, and then the third factor is that it was released this year of March of 2023, and if it does in fact retire here at the end of the year, that will be less than a year's shelf life. And anytime you can invest in a LEGO set that has less than a year on the shelves, it increases the demand typically because the supply towards the end of its life is typically much lower than a set that existed for 2 or 3 years on the market. This Brickhead set is a Lego.com and Lego store exclusive. You can't buy it at any other retailers, and I anticipate it to do really well post-retirement. At set number 9, we have the 76255 Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy New Guardians ship. This is a set you probably weren't expecting me to add on the list, but there is a couple reasons why I think this could do really well for investing post-retirement. The first reason is that it was released in February of 2023. And again, if it retires anytime before December of 2023, that'll be less than a year on the shelves. And this movie is still set to come out. So I think when the movie comes out, it'll increase the demand. And if it does in fact retire, that'll increase its demand post-retirement substantially. This set also has 4 unique minifigures as part of it. Drax, Mantis, Nebula, and Adam Warlock are exclusive minifigures to this specific set. The Adam Warlock minifigure currently on the secondary market is trending at anywhere from $30 to $40. So half the value of this set is already in one minifigure, and if you just parted out the minifigures, it's worth about 70 to 80% of the value. The MSRP for the set here in the US is $100, and if it does in fact retire here at the end of 2023, could be up to $150 to a $200 set by Christmas of 2024. Next up, we have the 75342 Star Wars Republic Fighter Tank. This set is a Target exclusive here in the US, which makes it a little bit harder to come by. But this set specifically has a unique clone trooper. The 187th Legion clone troopers are included in the set. Now, I know Star Wars purists are going to comment right now, these guys are not canon. And I think, if I remember correctly, this specific legion of clone troopers was created just for this LEGO set. They have found themselves in no TV shows, Rebels, Clone Wars, nowhere can you find the 187th Legion. It was effectively created for this LEGO set. The leader of this command troop is Mace Windu. In this set, you do get a couple unique clone troopers. You get a unique Mace Windu Lego minifigure, and then you get a couple battle droids, which are super common and not very valuable. But what I have found in my Lego investing experience over the last 8 years has been that anyone that collects clones collects clones. And I know what you're thinking, of course, anyone that collects. Yes. People that collect like Star Wars clone trooper minifigures don't just want 1 or 2 or 10. There are guys that have entire clone armies. And that has made some of the battle packs from like the late 2010s unbelievably valuable. Some of these unique clones are some of the most valuable minifigures you can get on the secondary market. And I think this set, although not canon to the Star Wars universe, will be no exception. And I would imagine Star Wars collectors, minifigure collectors, and clone army builders will want many, if not multiples, of this specific set and this specific minifigure. So I would anticipate this set doing really well post-retirement. This set is $40 here in the US. It was released April of 2022. So when it retires, it'll be slightly over a year and a half on the shelves, which is a relatively average shelf life. But it being a Target exclusive and having unique clones as part of it, I think makes this set extremely desirable and should do really well on the secondary market. Next, at spot number 7, you actually get a 2-for-1. The first is the 76911 and then the 76912 Speed Champions Lego sets. Those are the Aston Martin DB5 and the Fast and the Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. The reason I put them together is because they have the same retail value at $20. They were both released in August of 2022, and they both have a larger Creator Expert or a Technic counterpart. Lego for years has been releasing Technic sets and Creator Expert, now called Icons Lego sets, in larger car form, and then they often release a smaller promo set, Speed Champions version, or polybag version of that set. Examples include the London Bus, the Volkswagen Beetle, the Volkswagen Camper Van, the Mini Cooper, the Ferrari F40, and the Bugatti Chiron are all examples where they had a larger version and then they created a smaller scale version of that specific car. So, for example, we've got the Technic 1970 Dodge Charger from Fast and the Furious. This is Dom's Charger specifically, and that is the exact Speed Champion set that's going to be retiring here at the end of 2023. So if I were to display this set on the shelf back here, many collectors want the smaller scale version to pair with it. Personally, it's not a desire of mine to have both a large and small scale, but it is apparent in the example right here, the Technic Bugatti Chiron set, one of the most valuable Speed Champion sets that has ever been created, is the Technic Bugatti Chiron. This is the original Creator Expert version of the James Bond DB5. This is the larger counterpart that would go with the smaller Speed Champions version. These ones I think are very similar because they're both brick built, they're not Technic, and I think they look really, really great next to each other. They both are based specifically on the 007 version, and the Speed Champions one actually includes a 007 James Bond minifigure. So the larger counterparts and the fact that this set will only exist on the market for just over a year, I think definitely increases the desirability for this set for investing. The set retails for $20 here in the US, which makes the buy-in much lower. So I would not be surprised if this set were to appreciate to the $40 and $50 range a year or 2 years after retirement. At number 6, we have the 76989 Horizon Forbidden West Tall Neck. So before I go any further, I need to let you know that I have never played the Horizon video game, but I know it has more than a large cult following. There are diehard Horizon fans, and so when this set was originally released, it actually sold out and was out of stock for several months right upon release. That triggered something into my mind to think about when this set was getting close to retirement, that maybe there are more Horizon collectors out there than I thought. So what did I do? I dove into a couple video game forums, not Lego forums, video game forums, and there were tons of video game players that were buying this Horizon Lego set. Some of them were already Lego collectors and some of them were not. So what that told me is that I think this Lego set is going to be very desirable. It's a really cool looking Lego set. Again, I don't know anything about the Horizon video game, but this set should do really well post-retirement. This set has one exclusive minifigure. It's Aloy, that I believe is the main character of the game Horizon. And she herself is worth like $20 to $30 on the secondary market already. And the tall neck, it just looks cool. I mean, it's a really cool, well-displayed, well-built Lego set. The set was released in May of 2022. It has a retail value of $90 here in the US. And if it does in fact discontinue here at the end of the year, it would only have about a year and a half on the shelves. And I think the consistent desirability and the fact that we haven't seen many discounts on this Lego set, the stock could just randomly dry up in October or November of this year. And you could find Horizon collectors begging to get their hands on this Lego set before it continues to appreciate in value. So wouldn't be surprised if we see this set at the $150, $180, or $200 mark by next Christmas in 2024. This set is a set that I'm definitely keeping my eye on. It could do really well post-retirement. All right, at spot number 5, again, I'm being super generous, so I'm going to give you a 4-for-1. That's right, 4 sets in one at spot number 5. And this is the entire collection of the Harry Potter Hogwarts house banners. These are the sets that look similar or kind of fit into the Hogwarts Moments vibes, like those books that were just released. You got like the Defense Against the Dark Arts, the potions, the charms, all the classes that you can build in those books. Each of these sets retails for $35 here in the US. Every single one of these sets comes with 3 unique minifigures. These sets were all released in December of 2022. So if they do retire here at the end of 2023, it'll just be barely a year on the shelf. And that could drastically increase the collectability and desirability of these sets. I've seen some, not all, of the Hogwarts Moment sets do well post-retirement. Often you can find these sets on 20 to 30% off. So if you're able to pick up any of these banners, if not all of them on deal, they could do really well for investing. Because collectors like myself, Lego fans, are completionists. They like to have every single one of a specific Lego set or theme. Anyone that has one of these is going to want all 4. So you can relatively consider your investment for one set at $140. And if they all appreciate at the same rate, we're looking at maybe $250 to $300 a couple years post-retirement for these if they do as well as I think. If the minifigures stay exclusive and if this set does in fact retire here at the end of 2023, these could be some of the best sets for investing. And at spot number 4, which is probably no surprise to anyone, I have the Ahsoka Tano Brickhead set. Ahsoka is one of the most famous Star Wars Jedi in the Star Wars canon. She is extremely collectible whenever she comes out in any set in minifigure form. She's one of the more desirable sets. The original Ahsoka minifigure I think is worth anywhere from $150, maybe even $200 at this point. She's extremely popular. Found herself in multiple different Star Wars media platforms. She's prevalent in Clone Wars. She snuck in for a little bit in Mandalorian, so I think the fact that she keeps showing up in the Star Wars universe makes this Brickhead set extremely collectible. Again, Brickheads being one of the most collectible Lego lines. And if this set does in fact retire here at the end of the year, it'll be a 2-year shelf life. It was released in January of 2022. The retail price is just $10. So to invest in this Lego set, you only have to spend $10. Now the challenge, but also the benefit to this Lego set is it a Lego store and Lego.com exclusive, which means if you're buying this set on Lego.com, the limited quantity is 2. If you go to the Lego store, they will usually limit you to either 2 or 5. So it is really challenging to hoard a ton of this specific Lego set. So it will be difficult for you to pick this set up over time. No one's going to probably have 40 and 50 of them. So that will reduce the amount on the secondary market, meaning that it could appreciate up to 300% in value very quickly. And if you told me this Lego set would be worth $30 or $40 by 2 Christmases from now, I would not be surprised at all, because so many collectors love to collect Ahsoka, Star Wars stuff, any sort of Brickhead set. That's why I think this set will do really well, and it finds itself at spot number 4. Lego fans, what's up? Before we jump further into our top 10 list, I do want to say this. One of the easiest ways you can help support the Jake's Bricks YouTube channel is if you plan to pick up any of these sets, use my affiliate links in the description below. It costs you nothing. I've got the link to the Amazon and the Lego.com product description wherever you choose to purchase. It gives a small kickback to me as a content creator. It costs you nothing. So don't worry about utilizing that. And if you have not yet signed up for Rakuten, if you do spend $30 on a qualifying purchase, you get a free $30 to spend on Lego.com. That's one of my favorite retailers to use for Rakuten. So if you sign up using my link, we both get $30 after you do a qualifying purchase. And consistently on Lego.com, they have anywhere from 2.5 to 10% cash back consistently while using Rakuten. Would encourage you to do that as well. Thanks, friends. Let's waste no more time. Let's jump back into our top 10 list. All right, y'all, we are in the top 3. At spot number 3, I have the 21326 Ideas Winnie the Pooh Lego set. As you already know, one of the most collectible parts about a Lego set is the minifigures. Minifigure collectors are crazy, and this set comes with 5 unique minifigures. Now, this is not the first time that Lego has produced a Winnie the Pooh Lego set. They actually produced Winnie the Pooh sets way back in 2010 or 2011, and they had a couple Duplo Lego sets with a few Duplo minifigures. This is the first ever brick-built system style Winnie the Pooh Lego set. It comes from the Ideas line. This set was released in April of 2021. The MSRP on this set is $100, and I think because it is our first brick-built Winnie the Pooh set, it will have extreme collectability. The build experience is not all that impressive. What obviously draws this set to collectability and potential investment is the minifigures. So if you're picking this set up, keep an eye out for some deals towards the end of its shelf life. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this set on sale for 10 to 20% off. Although sales for this set have been few and far between, we might be able to see a few towards the Black Friday timeframe. My one caveat to this set being an incredible investment is if Lego decides to produce a Winnie the Pooh Lego line and creates more sets with more minifigures, there is a possibility that they will plug and play some of these minifigures and they won't stay exclusive. That would be my fear to making it be like one of the most amazing investments ever. But if Lego, for the foreseeable future, does not release any Winnie the Pooh Lego sets, this set will be extremely desirable, extremely collectible, and any sort of collector of Winnie the Pooh will want to have this set as part of their collection. At set number 2, we have the 10278 Icons Police Station Modular Building. This is the first modular building that we've had retire in over 2 years. In 2022, none of the modular buildings retired. And this year, we actually have 3. The Assembly Square, the Bookshop, and the Police Station. I think the Police Station is probably the most desirable for investing for a couple reasons. One, police stations are a necessity to have in any sort of Lego cityscape. Now, before you dive into the comments, yes, the Lego City line has tons of police stations, but none of which that fit into a modular style. So that's why I think it makes this set extremely desirable for anyone that has a cityscape modular building collection. The last time we had multiple modular buildings retire, we had the Brick Bank and the Detective's Office both retire in the same year. Those sets were, I think, at a similar shelf life, and both sets have done incredible for investing. The reason I think the Police Station will do significantly better than the Bookshop or the Assembly Square. The Assembly Square, I think, is going on 6, 7, maybe even 8 years on the market at this point. I know it's been on the market for a long time. So any collector of modular buildings probably already has that Lego set. The Bookshop, I think, is going on 4 or 5 years at this point. This one, the Police Station, is at 3 years if it does in fact retire here at the end of the year. It's a pretty average to short shelf life for a modular building, and I think it is going to be extremely collectible and desirable. And the icing on the cake is that the Police Station is the first ever modular building to shift away from the Creator Expert line to the Icons line. I don't think that does a ton for its potential return on investment, but it is always important to note whenever there's a box change or a design shift, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, getting the first wave of that initial style increases its desirability and collectability. So we've got the new kind of darker box art compared to the historic Creator Expert blue box art on the Police Station. And if you keep this set sealed, it does look different than its previous iterations. And of course, the moment that you have all been waiting for, set number 1. What is set number 1? What is the top set that I think will have the best return on investment here that is retiring at the end of 2023? That set is the 21325 Ideas Medieval Blacksmith. This is a surprise to no one, because if you are connected to the LEGO world at all, you know that this LEGO set is extremely desirable and extremely collectible. This set was released in February of 2021, so it will have just under a 3-year shelf life. The original MSRP was $150. It did receive a $20 price increase back in 2022, but it is consistently available on Amazon and other retailers for $150. So if you are patient and want to pick up a few of these for investing, I would wait to find it available for $150 or even cheaper towards the end of its life. This set has been hard to find. It's been out of stock consistently. Anyone that builds has talked about this LEGO set being extremely amazing and an incredible experience. It gives me like old fishing store vibes, an older idea set that is extremely desirable, has done great for investing, really well done by the original LEGO Ideas designer. And everyone has talked about this specific LEGO set that is at all connected to the LEGO community. There are people that have added this specific set into their cityscapes, they've built it for their personal collection, and as we've seen over the last couple years, the LEGO Castles line has continued to grow in its influence. With the release of sets like the gigantic King's Castle, even if we're looking at like Rivendell and the Pirate Ship Creator 3-in-1 set and the Castle 3-in-1 set, it looks like LEGO is getting back to some of their roots when they originally released the Castle line back in the 1990s. And if we continue to see more Castle-esque sets released over the years, everyone is going to want to have this specific LEGO set as part of their collection, as part of their castle display, whatever it may be. I think that makes it extremely collectible. Overall, the look of this set is very clean, it's very crisp. It has 4 unique minifigures. They're not highly desirable or unique characters necessarily, but they are unique torsos and they are unique figs to this specific LEGO set. Anyone that's a mock builder loves to build with brown, gray, and stone masonry type pieces. All of those type of pieces are included in this type of LEGO set. There are a lot of things going for it that makes it a great potential investing LEGO set, and that's why it finds itself on my list at number 1. But because everyone knows how awesome this LEGO set is, I would imagine after the set retires, there will be a lot of inventory on the secondary market. So it will take potentially longer to get a significant return on investment for this set. But if we're looking 3, 4, and 5 years down the road, I would say that this LEGO set could be worth $300, $400, $450, similar to the old fishing store. Again, it may take a little bit longer, but I think if you're patient, this set will be definitely worth it for investing. So there you go, LEGO fans. There is my top 10 list of LEGO sets for investing that are retiring here at the end of 2023. I hope this list was helpful to you. I hope you can pick up a few of these sets here in the near future to help you fund your LEGO building hobby just like I do. If you like this type of content and learning more about LEGO collecting, LEGO leaks, and LEGO investing, make sure you give me a like on this video. I love to engage in the comments below as well, so leave me a comment. Would love to reply and answer any questions that you have. But as always, friends, it's Jake from Jake's Bricks signing off. We'll see you guys.